All right, so I have a customer coming down tomorrow from Wichita, Kansas to pick up a full rocker assembly out of this b16 head. Fortunately, the head is no good. It's already been resurfaced too many times, and they reinstalled the plug on the bottom of it for an LSV Tech type conversion. But unfortunately, when they did that, instead of just putting the plug in, leaving it alone, which would actually be fine, they went and ground it down with a Dotco. So that actually put like a divot in the bottom of the head, and since it's been resurfaced too many times, it's too deep to actually resurface it or mill it and get that all 100% flat again. So I told them, yes, we will sell the rockers out of this. Yeah, so I just wanted to go over what is involved with doing that. And it's actually pretty simple. Taking them out is definitely easier than putting them in. So you're gonna start by taking these two plugs out here, and these can actually be used in multiple different things as well. There's one water passage on a K-series that you can actually use these on to block off the water port on the back of it if you're not going to use your heater core inside there. So you can actually use these plugs as well, and we do sell these. And then once you get those two plugs out here for the rods, then you're going to need to pull these two plugs out. So these plugs right here are oil reducers, and they actually go through the side of the rods themselves. So when you pull it out, it'll look like that. And I'm just using a screw that's actually for it's actually for a mirror on a on like a 4-door Integra and some other things. I do believe that this also, I think actually this came from a cap or a rotor on a distributor, which it's an 8mm basically, the threads. So that actually works if you put that in there and just pull these out, something like that. We do sell these separate as well if you need these. We have a set on eBay. We also have a few brand new sets in the OEM Honda packages. There's also one more plug. So this one over here, this hole right here is actually, if you can see inside there, that's actually the rod, and it's got like a little notch on there, and you can actually push that one out in that direction out there. And then this one, normally just take this plug out as well, and then you can push that rod out. I'll see if I can get that set up here so we can kind of get a little video of how that's done. Sometimes that does take a little bit of work to get those rods out. So sometimes I'll stick kind of something like this, just big enough to fit inside there, and that looks like that'll probably work. And then you can just push that rod out like that. Probably gonna put on my glove because it's kind of greasy and hard to hold on to. And then basically you'll just pull that whole rod out, and there's your rod, one of them. And then the other one, I'll still need to take out the plug. So I'll take that plug out. Sorry about that. Kind of hard holding the phone up there. But anyway, so taking the plug out of the other side, basically like I had just showed you. And then I'll get you a video of this real quick. So again, there's another plug on that side. So basically what we did is we took this plug out right here. This hole is what I had stuck this into. So I just used this and it fit right inside there like that, and just pushed that rod out. Now basically we'll put that one in here and then do the same thing if we can push that through. So see how that rod's already coming out on that side, and then it'll be sticking out over here. and then you'll just finish pulling that rod out. We do sell these as well. Pretty much all this stuff sells on eBay or in person. I have people to buy all of these parts that are separate. So now that the rods are out, you can actually take out all the full rocker assemblies now. When you do this, you do kind of want to be careful and make sure that you don't lose any of the components, because inside there you will have this piece right here, and then the middle one actually has a piece that slides through it just like that. nice and slidey there. And then this one has another rod on it that basically stops it. And then also these little pieces right here, you want to make sure not break those off, because those actually fit inside of each other to keep them from extending too far away from each other. So when you pull those out, what I do is I normally pull these out in a set like this, and then I put that set in a bag, and then I continue on to the next. So then I'll pull these out, put them in a bag, put them in a bag, and then that way I know that every single one has all the components it needs, and if there's anything left in that bag, it's got to go to that set that it's with. So after we do that, I'm probably going to go ahead and remove these springs. These look like they're just stock springs. They are dual springs. I don't know if they're dual springs on this side. But either way, we'll get all that backed up and get them ready for Jason and Noe that are going to come down Saturday. Pick those up, and the rest of this stuff, like I said, will be on eBay. If you need these caps, definitely message me. Like I said, they do work for a couple other things on like K-series heads and just other deals. Or if you got a head that's missing parts, obviously the oil reducers or restrictors, and then also the rods as well. The valves I'm actually pulling out because they're flat top valves. So they're actually, they bump up the compression on like an all motor build, and they're aftermarket. But like I said, the springs look like they're stock. It looks like the retainers have actually been replaced, because those don't look like stock retainers to me. And that one's kind of offset a little bit. What I'm assuming is when you do some valves, they do require different retainers and different valve retainers, or the keepers, I'm sorry, the keepers look like they've been changed. When you do valve springs, sometimes the retainers themselves require a different angle on the keepers, and it should tell you if you can use the stock steel keepers, or if you need to upgrade them to a set of like a different degree or angle that sits inside there so it clamps on there properly. And that one looks like it's kind of set in there kind of weird, so I don't know, they might not have had this installed properly or something. So probably a good thing we tore this apart and didn't just use it as is and have a valve spring pop off. But either way, if you have any questions about any of that stuff, or if you need some parts, hit me up, let me know. I'll post this later on YouTube, and hopefully that helps. I'd like to go through one and rebuild it and show you guys that process as well. But like I said, taking it apart, much easier than putting it together.